So please, for some people who are on the back side, there are still some chairs over there. Okay. Good afternoon also from my side. My name is George Edritsanos. I'm Greek. I'm based in Athens. I'm leading the data center and network division of Schneider Electric in Southeast Europe. So we are covering a big area in this nice territory from Romania, Hungary, up to Greece, Cyprus, Malta, Israel. So we are in Greece, and of course, we are here to discuss for the obstacles. Somebody asked for obstacles. And here I would like to take the good pass from the nice question, and let's start by giving you some information for the AI, and of course how this affects generally the digitization, and of course the digital adoption, and of course the electrification. So by checking how quick it was adopted, the web, how the people used to work with the web, it took approximately 7 years. If you see, this is the orange graph, to reach to 100 million users. For the moment, the GenAI, it is let's say a revolution happens in our lives. It needed only 2 months to achieve this big amount of people, 100 million people, to adopting this nice AI technology. And of course, this is adoption of Gemini's, of ChatGPT, and all the tools that also Gerasimos showed before. Not only this, of course, it's not only marketing, it's several processes and things happen in our life, and of course in the business also day to day, that changing the environment, and of course the AI is adopted very quick. And as we say, only 2 months needed just to arrive to 100 million users. Of course, the obstacle, a big obstacle, is the electrification. All this technology needs power, needs availability, needs electricity. So if you see on the right graph, there is a very huge growth, let's say a big hockey stick, if you see. For the moment, we are seeing that the electrical consumption coming from the data center and networks needed just to digest and adopt all this technology is enormous high. If you see, we have information that's showing a very huge increase on the way that the electricity will be consumed. So the future for us will be definitely digital, so AI adoption, and definitely it will be much related to electrification. It will be very much related to how much energy consumption will be used in a data center or in a network that will be needed in the AI applications. If we see the global landscape, this is what is expected in terms of installed capacity of data center in the metric of gigawatt. It's a metric that's showing the electrical consumption that will be needed, the power that will be needed in the future. So we are expecting around 120 gigawatt to be installed globally, and the majority of the installation will be, right now, is happening in the US and of course in China. Unfortunately, we are living in an area, Europe, that still there are some obstacles. I'm coming again to the same question. I would like to hear and to challenge this one, the obstacle. The obstacle is the framework. There are still regulations, GDPR regulation, ethical regulation that the governments, the European Union, has put in place and still blocking the quick adoption of the AI. This is definitely a challenge and cannot be, of course, it cannot be lived without notice, but definitely in the future will be changed because Europe should continue and drive the same growth like US and China. And AI is a pillar, the main pillar of growing the economy and of course growing the society. So there is no way that will be stopped, but it will be placed in a framework that also will be in a pure synergy and of course pure alignment with the European, let's say, values. So we are waiting also in Europe, if you see over there, in Eastern Europe, which we are a part of it, we are waiting around 2 gigawatt to be installed in the next years. We are feeling that the adoption will be quicker, cannot be so slow as US and China. So definitely this will change. So also Gerasimos said before, everybody's talking for AI. This is a new process, a new tool, let's say, a new adoption that will be needed in the day-to-day life operation and of course in the business. So this is very critical for everybody, also for the economy and the society to grow and to grow very, very good and of course on a sustainable way. Coming back a little bit to the workloads, what will be needed, I don't like to kill you with much of information. What is really the key message over there is the following. Data center and networks will grow very fast. We see it also this happening in our territory in Greece. Recently, several investments are happening that give a very good, let's say, footprint for good data center, sustainable data center in our area. And all these data center will have, let's say, the main focus will be the AI. So if you see the graph over there, if you see the data, we are waiting, let's say, up to 2028, a CAGR of rough 15 to 20% on AI. So the majority of the new data center will be, let's say, AI ready, will have the installation, the foundation in order to adopt, let's say, technologies and of course servers mainly from NVIDIA for the moment that will be used for AI application and of course AI operation. Which are the, let's say, the sectors that will be impacted? For the moment, everybody still discovers. Everybody still try to understand this new technology, to digest, to see how it can help the day-to-day operation, the business life, how it can help, let's say, the way we are living, the way we are operating. So it's not 100% clear where and how will impact it. The impact will be very quick. The impact will be everywhere. And for the moment, what we see, the majority of the industries that are affected is the industrial part of the business. So still, there is automation there, but still it will be, let's say, more AI-ready applications that will increase the productivity, will increase the process of industrial product, how quick it will be adapted, how efficient. Then we see a big revolution on healthcare. Pharmaceuticals also is affected. Several industries still investing on this one in pharmaceutical and in healthcare. We saw applications that happens right now in Japan, for example, AI tool is following up the people who are sick in the hospital, giving the right, let's say, portion of pharma and of course the right interpretation and translation of the data coming from a patient. So healthcare and pharmaceutical is an industry that definitely will be affected. Education, government also, still it will be a lot of R&D, still it will be, let's say, big computers, high-performance computing, AI ready to make all the R&D needed in order to have, let's say, research and development in the country and, of course, to elevate further the education. Recently, also the Greek government announced a big AI-ready data center that will happen, and this is for the moment in tender phase. So we see also the government is moving towards this direction to increase the AI capabilities of the institutions and, of course, of the universities. This is a very nice graph. I wanted to put it here over there and just to have, let's say, an exchange on this one. You will see three graphs. The gray one is what we predicted in December 2023. It will be the impact in terms of energy and power consumption. This is what we did internally. So then an external provider, this is a red curve, came back and gave us a little bit more updated information in the same time frame that Schneider Electric is not this one what you are expecting. We will have a little bit more elevated curve. So we will have a little bit more power consumption expected from AI data centers. So please be aware that you need to change a little bit the way you are thinking, the way you are doing the product. It will be more sustainable, let's say more greener, more easy adopted. So please try to have this in mind. So we have followed this trend from the external provider, but we discovered in the last July that the trend, the power needed in the data center, is much higher. So as we said before, this is very unpredictable. Nobody knows where we will land. Nobody knows where it will be the final, let's say, power consumption of a data center, what will be needed in an AI application. So we are still discovering, and we are still discovering day to day, and we are still seeing that the power consumption needed is not what we expected 1 year ago. It is much, much higher. So there, everybody needs to be sensitive on this one because we are discussing for industry, data center industry, is responsible approximately for 4% of the total carbon footprint, 4%. Airline industry is the same, 4%. It's expected that data center will be doubled, so will overcome the airline industry, and the impact on the planet will be enormous high. So AI, yes. We need technology, yes. It's a pillar for the society, the community, yes. but it needs to be sustainable. It needs to be in a way that will not affect the planet, will not affect the environment, will not affect the carbon footprint. Besides to this one, besides to this challenge, besides, of course, to the obstacles we set for the electricity, the power consumption, sustainability, and of course, what needs to be made in order to have, let's say, AI application, AI tool that is environmental friendly, is also several other constraints that happen right now, and of course, it's not only related to the data center, but it's also related to the several environmental factors around it. So the one is the electrical space. For the moment, it's very difficult to find an area in Europe where you have 40 megawatt, 50 megawatt. We're discussing for power that is enormous high, cannot be given. Ireland, approximately 1 month ago, announced no more data centers. We cannot afford anymore, finish. So operators like Amazon, like Microsoft, like Google, they are checking around, they are checking areas, Nordics, they are checking areas Southeast Europe, they are checking areas Iberia, they are checking Italy. So it will be a big challenge, the electrical space. For the moment, for the Greek example, we are facing difficulty because in Eastern Attica, all the data centers are there. So big players are asking for power, there is no power. Then the vacancy, the space. Where we will put, there's no plots, no available plots that are free, we can build. There's no archaeological sites. So still vacancy in the plots is very, very big challenge, big obstacles. Then the construction cost, the rental cost, nobody knows. The inflation has affected a lot, this one. So the costs are increasing massively. And day to day, week by week, they are changing. So all the big players, all the big investors are checking this one. And of course, they are still not feeling well, not feeling comfortable to go ahead. And the last thing is the design. We are discussing for a design which is a very high in terms of technological aspect of specifications. And for the moment, still, because we are discussing with NVIDIA, who is the biggest, let's say, provider for the servers of AI, we are still facing difficulties to understand how much it will be the power per rack, So it is really, really crucial to have, let's say, a design which is optimum and, of course, efficient. Summarizing, as we said before, availability of the power, electrical space, where we plug, energy consumption, and of course the high density. We are discussing for environments, for the moment, that NVIDIA is saying to us, we will have a rack 100 kilowatt. I'm not going on the extreme case, 720 kilowatt, 100 kilowatt, just for the people who are not, let's say, so much familiar with power and consumption. A small oven, which we have at home, is around 4 kilowatts. So you can imagine in such a similar space of a rack, we will have 25 times the 4 kilowatt installed, means 100 kilowatt in such a small space. And people in IT, in NVIDIA say, this is normal, we will go to 720 kilowatts. How we will give this power? Nobody knows, still discussing. So the power density, the high density will be a huge challenge that everybody needs to know, and of course everybody needs to know how to manage, how to operate. It's very difficult, and of course, this is how we say in Schneider, welcome to the new era. This is the new situation, we need to adopt on this one, we need to have it, we need to make it happen. And as NVIDIA say, we are the jet fighter, you are the carrier. We need to land on this one. We need to land on a sustainable way, on an effective way, and of course with a less environmental impact. So, of course, as we said before, it's a big challenge how we manage the consumption, how we manage the sustainability, but it will give a lot of, let's say, solution in several aspects, in automated tasks, in several things that all of us we are using, process that will be also Gerasimos described before for marketing. It will be very much automated things that will give us a lot of, let's say, time free, will give us a little bit better time to manage ourselves. And of course, it will be a solution in order to work better and of course to live better. Very quick, in Schneider Electric, we have an AI tool already prepared. So EcoStruxure is the name, the brand name. So we have a unique solution that covers all these nice elements. from IoT connected product up to very high and big, let's say, artificial tools that can be used in order to maintain, operate, and of course, drive installation. So EcoStruxure is available for all the buildings, also for data centers. So we have a unique product portfolio, unique software and service solution that can cover all these needs of a sustainable and, of course, environmental-friendly data center. In a broader landscape, of course, we have the products, as we said before, which are IoT ready. So from the medium voltage, from the 20 kilovolt up to the last connection of a server, up to the last, let's say, point where you can connect your PC, your server. We have all the solution. And of course, we cover all this data center, let's say, framework and all this data center, let's say, space with all the solution, not only from the product, but also with software and with services. Giving you a little bit the overview, how we are organized. Schneider Electric is a company of 160,000 people and turnover $40 billion in 2023. So our territory consists of several countries, and we have a huge organization from design phase, from consulting phase, from software, from services, from project execution, and of course, all the products and solutions that can be attached in a data center and network environment. Besides to this, in Schneider Electric, we are very sensitive also on the people. For the moment, the metrics and also the trend showing that in Europe, it will be needed around 75,000, I'm repeating, people related to data center and network infrastructure only. And these people, for the moment, does not exist. So we have a big campaign to take key talents from several universities. Also happened this stream in Greece, also with the Greek universities. So the people element is a big obstacle also. I'm repeating, sorry for this one, but still an obstacle. Because without people, we cannot do anything. Even we have the best machine, the most sustainable, the greener. Without people, how we can install, how we can operate, how we can maintain. Gerasimos said before, very, very nice. First the person and then the AI. It is true, yes. It's the person, it's the people. So in Schneider, we are very sensitive on people. We try to hire the best talents in the market. And of course, we have a big, let's say, pool of nice people, educated, talented, that working with us. Besides to the people, we have, of course, a very nice network, also in Greece, also in our globally, and of course in our territory. So the key elements for us is, of course, the nice products, solutions, software, services we have. The people that everybody is working in this company is having the, let's say, the sustainable and the environmental impact. For the moment, we are running a big transformation in the company up to 2030. All the cars will be electric. So this is a key initiative. We are the first and most sustainable company in the world based on corporate nights. So we continue this let's say, mindset, this framework also for us, also for all the employees. And of course, besides to this, the partners. So these are the pillars that make us unique, and of course, can give a sustainable and green solution to every, let's say, demanding installation like the data center. I have 1 minute and 40 seconds left. If you have any question, maybe you have. So I don't like to ruin the time of the next speaker, of course, as they did before, which I didn't like, by the way. But so, any question in this 1 minute and 30? Don't be shy. Yes, obstacle, please.
The power consumption of the NVIDIA cards.
Yes, the power consumption of the?
Of the NVIDIA cards.
Yes.
That, mainly they consume the energy that you are mentioning.
Yes.
Are they getting optimized, and how fast are they optimized?
No, NVIDIA doesn't care, because we speak with them. They say, we have a board, 6 kilowatt, we put in a rack, we send to the client, the order is in place, I don't care, give me the power, give me the cooling. And then when we say, look, the cooling will be difficult. Really? I didn't notice that we needed cooling. Okay, so they are IT people, we love them. I'm electrical engineer, sorry for this one, we love IT people. Somebody asked us something for IT, but all the time is this, let's say, challenge to bridge the IT and the electrical mechanical, where we need the power and the cooling. Okay, so they don't know. They are discovering.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please.
Is there any plan of integrating the computing power and the consumption that requires with the capabilities of the data center and the capabilities to feed the power that is needed? Any plans for this kind of integration between Schneider Electric and probably the hardware vendors?
Yes,
like
yes,
NVIDIA?
yes. We have for the moment, we are working on several key designs. We have a design of 7.2 megawatt with NVIDIA. So we have, let's say, a ready, let's say, design that where you can plug the AI servers to the data center, and of course, to have the right power, the right cooling. The problem we are facing, I would like to come back to this one we discussed, is the hybrid environments, where still the data centers are not AI only. They are using also conventional servers, pizza boards, whatever server was installed over there, and then needs this one to be plug and play together. So it's not so easy, but we have, yes, ready on specific power and of course specific AI capabilities data center that can be used from any let's say operator. Okay. This is the biggest challenge for the moment, because still the operators, the people who are having the data center like Digital Realty, like Amazon, like Microsoft, are discovering. So they do not know yet the final design. It's a big challenge also that needs to be somehow play in a smooth way and not having, let's say, problem in the operation. Okay. Hope I answered well your question. If not, we can see each other in the booth. Okay. Yeah. No questions.